Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to the Mixer, one of those new fancy vlogs that I'm doing where I talk about places that I've been to in the past. It's almost like the Chazzy Travels thingy vlog format that I do where I record travel vlogs, but this is sort of like an internal travel vlog, because I went to this place a long time ago, In case you guys missed it, I did something similar in this video here talking about how I went to New York in 2004, and I really liked that format. I liked the way that the video came out, I liked editing it, and I liked sharing that story with you guys, so that's what I'm going to be doing today as well, okay? I'm going to be talking about this one time that I went to Islands of Adventure back in 2007, okay? Now, this was a long time ago, and obviously the park itself was much different back then, but I still think that it was like, I actually don't know, because I know that Disney has changed a lot, because since I went to Disney back in I think like the early 2000s or so, I think that a lot of things have changed because Disney bought, well, everything. They bought Star Wars, they bought Marvel. The theme parks now are much more different than before. They have a lot of different attractions and rides and stuff, So I still think it's still obviously a lot of fun, but it changed a lot. I think Universal Studios has the Wizarding World of Harry Potter now, but it didn't back when I went there, Now, I'm pretty sure I went to Islands of Adventure just once, but there is a possibility that I went there more than once, because I distinctly remember there being some really old photos of me and my folks there from what looks like two different eras, but I remember much more vividly the time that we went in 2007, because I was like a preteen, so it's a little bit more vivid. But even so, I don't remember too much, I tried to rack my brains and look at the photos, but this was around the time where I was like obsessed with dinosaurs, well, not too obsessed, that was like when I was a little younger, but still, I was really into dinos, so I do remember more of the dinosaur exhibits, and that kind of thing. I was really excited to go there, and me and my parents took advantage of it. We really went on a lot of different attractions and stuff, Some we unfortunately couldn't, It kind of haunts me to this day that we didn't go on the Spider-Man attraction, the Spider-Man Dark Ride, where it's like IMAX, very similar to what they have at Disney World with the Back to the Future stuff, We unfortunately never went, because I do remember to this day there was a huge ass line whenever we tried. We spent like the entire day at the park, and it seemed like the line was the same size, just with different people. The line was so freaking long, that we didn't even try, we gave up on going on the Spider-Man attraction, which was really, really sad. I would have loved to go, But yeah, funny enough, a few years after that, my 8th grade school year, they did a field trip to Islands of Adventure, with all of the 8th graders, but I unfortunately couldn't go because my parents couldn't afford to let me go. But somehow I think it came out more expensive than than the time that we went, maybe because there was like a charter bus involved, But anyway, I do remember going with my parents. It was really cool, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I remember from this experience here, while of course I show you guys a bunch of different photos, starting right now. Now, unsurprisingly, the thing that I most remember is specifically the Jurassic Park ride attraction. That was really cool, and I would go on to say that to this day, it is the best ride I have gone on in any theme park that I ever went to with my parents, including Islands of Adventure, Busch Gardens, Disney, Miami Seaquarium. That's not really a theme park, it's more like an aquatic zoo, but you guys get the point, okay? I went to a lot of different places with my parents, Rapids Water Park as well. I went to a lot of different theme parks with my parents, but I think that this one here specifically, Disney was, of course, the most special because it was the first one, and as a kid you are much more impressionable to things, when I went on the Jaws ride, I was actually convinced it really was a real shark, so it scared the hell out of me. But then again, Islands of Adventure was different because I had been wanting to go on the Jurassic Park ride for so many years, man, since I was a kid, Then I got a little bit older, became a preteen adolescent, and I finally got the chance, and it was really cool. And the Jurassic Park, to those of you who have been on Jurassic Park the ride, you know how realistic it is, Of course, today as an adult, it's all just a bunch of toys and animatronics and stuff, Some of the stuff actually looks a little cringy because, let's be honest, right? Theme parks are made for kids. Adults can obviously enjoy themselves as well, but they are essentially made for a younger audience, Because the kids think these things are real. You know, like I thought everything was real when I went to Disney for the first time as a youngster, you know, so it has a much stronger impression on kids than us adults, you know, but it was still fun. And I was at the age where like I knew it wasn't real, but at the same time it was really cool. It was done really well, you know. And the ride, as far as I can remember, you know, is basically you going through some peaceful jungle terrain, seeing a bunch of different dinosaurs and hearing announcers and music, you know. But then like I think there was music, you know, but then something happens. The ride deviates into uncharted territory where you can see that there are raptors that broke out of their cages, you know. You see them running around and stuff, and it's really freaking scary, you know. It's like there's a part of your brain when you're young where like a part of you knows that it's not real, but at the same time it does kind of freak you out a little bit, you know. And then you just go through the ride, you see the dangers, and then eventually you get to the T-Rex, which is like the main attraction, you know, just like in the movies. And I think this was really awesome because like it was the first time that I saw the thing. I really knew how the ride ended, you know. Everybody did, and even so, it scared the hell out of me. I almost crap myself, man, because it gets so damn close to you. Like I remember to this day I actually closed my eyes, you know. I closed my eyes just as the Rex got close because you could have sworn that thing was gonna eat you alive, you know. And then there's a little drop down there, almost like a little roller coaster where you get to the water, you know. It was really cool. You know, a very nice experience, you know. Ever since I was a kid, I used to love these rides, you know. I still do today. I would go on them if I could, you know, even as an adult, but it was awesome as a kid, you know. It was really cool. And we went on a few other attractions as well. I can't remember them too vividly, but there was also a dinosaur exhibit that we went to, you know. I took some photos, like while fighting a T-Rex and on top of a Stegosaurus, you know, and a few others. It was really cool. I really liked that specific place as well. You know, we saw a lot of different attractions, a lot of different places inside of the park, you know, little museum of sorts, and we ate a lot of really good food. So funny enough, when I was young, I didn't really like to eat as much as I did today. Like if I go to a place today to visit, I'll probably remember more of the food that I ate rather than the actual experience itself, because I have a very open stomach today as I have an open mind. But I don't remember, but obviously we probably just ate a lot of junk food, you know. It was really cool. But walking through the park and seeing, I think there were some animals too, or am I getting my parks crossed? Am I confusing with Busch Gardens or Animal Kingdom? Probably am. I don't think there were any animals in Islands of Adventure. If there were, they were very few, but I went to so many theme parks, you know, sometimes multiple theme parks a year, so I get a lot of them confused. But I don't know. I don't remember. I think I remember vividly alligators somewhere. Then again, it's Florida. There are alligators everywhere. But yeah, I can't exactly remember those details there, but I'm gonna try to rack my brain remembering other things here. And in the meantime, take a look at some more photos. Okay, there is this other thing that I remember, and it kind of traumatized me a little bit. Maybe not traumatized, but like it's something that gave me a rabid fear, this innate fear inside of me that I later tried to conquer and didn't work out too well. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm not a really big fan of roller coasters, you know. And Islands of Adventure had one whose name I forgot. I don't think it was She-Ra. I think She-Ra was this one, or was it Dueling Dragons? Nope, I'm pretty sure one of those is in Busch Gardens or Disney's Animal Kingdom. I don't think it was in Islands of Adventure, but they did have a roller coaster. I remember to this day it was green, you know, and when I saw it for the first time, it scared the hell out of me. Like, it scared the living crap out of me. Like, I looked at that thing and I said, I will never go on that for as long as I live. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of roller coasters, you know, in general. They just really freaking scare me. But then again, like, I don't know. I understand that people go on them for the adrenaline. You know, it can be fun if you like that sort of thing, but I don't. So I decided to just stay the hell away. But the point is that, like, I did take a few photos there in front of it. My mom took some photos of me and stuff, you know. By the way, the photos that I'm going to be showing here in this video are just of me, you know. I don't want to show my parents, you know, because for one thing, I don't have their permission to show them here on my channel, and also I don't want to expose my close family to the channel, because in the case that I ever get big on YouTube, I get rich and famous, you know, I just don't want people to know what my family members look like. I just don't want any problems with that, you know. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is, just photos of myself, okay? And what was I saying? Oh yeah, so there was also this. I did years later. We're talking like actually not even that long later. I think maybe 1 or 2 years later after that, I went with a friend of mine and his folks to SeaWorld, and I did for the first time, you know, face a roller coaster. I went on this thing called the Kraken, and oh boy, do I regret it. I regret it so much, man. I really, really, really regret it, you know. It's not that I'm afraid of roller coasters, I just don't like them, you know. It's too much adrenaline for me, you know. And I got dizzy, I was screaming, I had to keep my eyes closed because it was scaring the hell out of me, you know. I kept screaming my friend's name, Brian, Brian, I hate you, Brian. Then eventually we left, you know, we got off the damn thing, and I was dizzy, man. I was like freaking, it's like I was drunk, you know, and he was also. We were kind of like stumbling on each other, you know. I had to sit down for a bit. I did not like the experience at all, you know. And if you like going on roller coasters, that's totally fine. But if you think that I'm crazy for not liking it, then you can go screw yourself, because I think you're crazy for thinking the opposite, okay? I'm okay, I'm fine. I don't want to go on roller coasters ever again, okay? I'm totally okay. I'm not that much of an adrenaline junkie, okay? I lived in Rio de Janeiro, buddy. If you know how dangerous that place is, I've already had my share of adrenaline over the 9 years that I lived there. Thank you very much, you know. But other elements from the park, you know, there were a few other moments that I think offered quite a bit of levity, you know. We did see a lot of different places. We went through to this thing called like the Hard Rock Cafe of Universal Studios, you know, where there was like this restaurant with an NBA statue in front of it, you know. It's like a sports oriented place, you know. There was like a sports themed area, you know, and also a little bit of like, I guess ESPN might have had a hand there, you know, but it was also kind of like a hard rock aesthetic, you know. That's where me and my parents ate. That's where we had our meal for the day, you know. I remember that. And I didn't really like sports back then. Unfortunately, today I love all sports, you know. Not all of them, but you guys get the idea. I am much more of a sports buff now than I ever was when I was a kid. So I guess I probably didn't enjoy it as much, you know, but I did also take a few really interesting photos there as well, you know, and it was cool, man. It was cool. It was nice because the whole entire park is a huge tourist trap, you know, and us being tourists, well, we were living in the US for many years at that point, you know, but it was still really cool, you know, because we always felt, when you come from a different country and you go to America and make a living there, you always feel like a tourist when you go to a place like this, you know. Americans going to theme parks, I mean, to them it's just a regular theme park, you know, but to foreigners, you know, I mean, it's like you literally are visiting like a foreign place, you know, an alien place. So it's really cool. It's like a vacation because, come on, let's be real, American families who work regular jobs, you know, for middle class, like, they don't really go to places like Disney as a vacation. They can go there every single weekend, you know. But for people like me and my parents, you know, who were poor, you know, and had to put a lot of money together, we really did feel like, it did really feel like a vacation for us, you know. The experience was really cool. You know, the experience was awesome, you know, and I really enjoyed it, even though I don't remember too many details from it, you know. It was quite something. I'm going to show you guys a few more photos now before I wrap it up. Ah, man, sweet nostalgia. I really miss going to theme parks, you know, in Orlando. It was nice. It was really nice, man. I'm pretty sure Universal Studios is in Orlando. If not, well, it's gotta be. It's gotta be somewhere around Orlando. Orlando, for some reason, is where like all the theme parks are. I don't know why specifically there, but I'm pretty sure that's where Disney is as well, you know, because it's called Disneyland Orlando Resort or something like that. Disney World Orlando, something. The difference between Disneyland and Disney World is that one is in Florida and the other is in California, but I don't know which one is which. Okay, I always get those mixed up, but you guys get the idea. So Islands of Adventure really was, as the name implies, an adventure, you know. I wish I had more vivid memories of it, you know. I look at the photo. There are surprisingly very few photos, you know. I guess my parents enjoyed taking photos when I was younger. We were in Disney, you know. What the hell is going on down there, dude? The dogs are going crazy. Oh, now I get it. It's just one dog in particular. Okay then. But anyway, so yeah. Really nice place, you know. Unfortunately, I can't give you guys too much information, though, because I don't remember. I tried to tell you what I did remember, you know, looking back at the photos and reminiscing, you know. But I think it was much more it was less meaningful than going to Disney, you know. Me and my parents, we took photos, you know, in front of the Universal Studios logo at the center of the park, you know, or the entrance to it. Wow, that's a nice breeze that just blew in here. But I didn't want to show those photos because my parents are in them and I don't want to expose them here, you know. But maybe maybe one day, you know, maybe I can like blur their faces or something, you know, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is, guys. I don't want to show my parents, you know. I just want the photos where I show up, you know. It's just much better for me. And yeah, it's all good, you know. It's much better this way. The channel is about me, you know, not to make myself all narcissistic, but I do prefer to show photos of just myself, you know. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, you know. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have ever been to Islands of Adventure, you know, whether you were younger or you've been there a little more recently as an adult, you know. Let me know how your experience was, if you really had fun like I did. I'm pretty sure you did, though. It's hard to go to a place like this and not enjoy yourself, you know. So let me know in the comments below. If you haven't gone there, tell me if you would like to and what other theme parks you want to go to, and also give me some feedback on this video format, you know. If you guys are enjoying these videos where I talk about the places that I went to, you know, it's really cool to give you guys some more personal information about my personal life, you know. And anyway, if you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day, okay? And while you're at it, go ahead and hit the notification bell to know exactly what time I upload, because I do it completely at random, alright? And that's it for now, guys. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen.